My name is Roxy Renee, and if you've seen my videos before, then you know that I am a very multifaceted individual, and I love fashion, I love traveling, and I just love being me all around. Like, I embrace myself, I embrace my faults, I embrace who I am, what I don't know, what I do know, things that I would love to know. I embrace everything about myself. And what I have started doing within the last couple of years is traveling. It is like, I never even imagined being able to travel to the lengths and the places that I've been able to travel to. Like, I really, sometimes I just sit and I feel like my life is a dream. My life is in no way, shape, or form perfect, but getting to travel and go to these different places definitely make life all worth it. My latest trip that I just got back from almost a week ago. Well, actually, it was a week yesterday. I just got back from Thailand. Where we started was basically, you have to start with your flight. You have to figure out how much your tickets are going to be. Figure out pretty much time. Like, time is the most important aspect of planning such a big trip, because you have to think about it. I live in North America. I live in New York, and to get to Asia, which is a whole other continent, it's gonna be a long time. You know, the flight is gonna be long. You need to figure out how long the layover is gonna be, what time you're gonna get to your destination, what time is check-in for your hotel, what hotel are you gonna be staying in, how close is it to the airport, how much are the cabs to get, you know, from the airport to your hotel. All of these things play a very small part in a big picture, but they're very important. The details are what are most important, and that make your trip amazing, and what made me and my friend Jasmine's trip amazing as well. A lot of people keep asking me, how did you do it? You know, did you go through a travel agency? Who helped you? How did you figure all this stuff out? It's called research. You know, I work a full-time job just like most other individuals, and you have to find time for the things you want to do. You can't just never mind everything. Everything can be out of sight, out of mind. If you want to do something, you can't feel like it's not doable. You have to know that it's tangible, but you have to do work. You can't just think that something's going to be, you know, given to you, or it's going to fall out of the sky. You have to put in the work. And traveling is very stressful. Let me tell you. So a lot of people keep asking, how much was it really expensive? In my opinion, it wasn't that expensive, because the way I save my money and the way I go about my life, I have extremely good time management and money management. I've always been good with money management. I know that that's not something that everyone is good at, but it definitely takes time when you work at it. I've been good at it since I was young. I've never been the type of person that likes to splurge and spend all my money, and no. So, was my trip expensive? In my opinion, no. Because equating money to such an amazing experience sounds really asinine to me. Going on such an amazing trip, a place that I didn't even know existed 3 years ago, to me is priceless. Not to say that I wanted to spend $4,000 to go to this continent and to this country, but it was not important to me as far as how much I was spending, because I wanted to go no matter what. I work 4 to 7 days a week sometimes, so I need something to kind of feel like my life is meaningful. Working is not meaningful. You know, I'm making money, but then I'm saving it to pay my rent and to do the things that I need to do, prioritizing, but I'm not doing the things I want to do. So for me, saving for a trip, honestly, I don't feel like I spent a lot of money or that it was extremely expensive. So when people ask me that, I'm not really sure what to say, but I always say, no, you know, it wasn't expensive. And when I give them a number, they're like, what do you mean that's not expensive? That is very expensive. But that's your perception of what an expensive thing is. Because some people buy shoes that are $500 and can barely afford them. To me, that's stupid. You know, but to that person, to make them feel good, they worked for that money, they want to spend $500 on a pair of shoes, that's their business. I would choose to spend $500 on a flight somewhere. I would choose to put that $500 away in order to take a flight somewhere if $500 isn't enough, you know. So it's all about perception and what your life kind of encompasses, what your values are. So in order to get to Thailand, we had to choose a layover. Now, Dubai, if you guys don't know, United Arab Emirates is one of the most rich countries in the world. So they have the best architecture, like literally they have the best architecture in the world. They have the tallest building in the world. They have it's just lavish all around. So we weighed Hong Kong and Dubai. It really wasn't a competition. So we chose to go layover in Dubai. The layover in Dubai was 14 hours and 25 minutes to be exact. So we was like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna fly from JFK to Dubai, spend the day there. Then from there, that night, we're gonna go ahead, get to Dubai, and then we'll spend a couple of days in Bangkok. Go from Dubai to Bangkok, spend a couple of days in Bangkok, then head over to Krabi. Krabi is a province of Thailand. It's like a small island closer to Malaysia, Cambodia, Singapore. It's at the bottom of Thailand. So it's like literally at the bottom of Asia. So back to Dubai. We went to Dubai. We got there. First of all, our flight to Dubai was amazing. We took the airline called Emirates. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but Emirates. And they were amazing. They fed us amazing. The staff was amazing. The flight was awesome. A little bit of turbulence. The flight time was 14 hours and I think 50 minutes. So almost 15 hours we took a flight from JFK, New York to Dubai. And when we got there, we were circling around in the air for about an hour and a half because the wind was so insanely freaking crazy. Like, we didn't understand. We're just like, why can't we land? You know, everyone's all crabby and we're like, can we just land already? But when we landed and got out of out of the airport, we understood. The sand was creating like a sandstorm, kind of like a tornado. So that's why we couldn't land, because the pilot couldn't see where the hell to go. So we finally landed and got into Dubai. But here's the thing. We got in Dubai at around 8 a.m. where we were supposed to. Because of our delay in the flight, we didn't really land until after 9:30. We get we get off the plane. We go through customs. Now by this time it's about 10 o'clock a.m. We had a tour set up for 10:30 a.m. So the guy was coming to pick us up in between, you know, the hours of 10 and 10:30. So I was like, you know, we're gonna miss our tour. And the tour we had set up was for a morning safari. It was a little bit later because normally their tour started like 8 a.m. to catch the sunrise. So since we got in later, I scheduled a tour for 10:30 to go do dune bashing.
My selfie stick would come in hand right now.
And camel riding. So I was really excited and I didn't want to miss this tour, because who gets to go camel riding? You know, who gets to do that? Very few people. So I was like, I don't want to miss this tour. We couldn't call the tour company because we did not have international phones. I bought a phone card to call, but it was not working. I could not figure out how to use the phone card for the life of me. So I was like, okay, listen, we're gonna just have to wing it. The hotel was in Sharjah. Now we got into Dubai, so the Dubai airport. Sharjah is another entity of the United Arab Emirates. There's 7 entities of it. And Sharjah is one of the ones that are right outside of Dubai that is a little cheaper to stay. I didn't know this. I just booked a hotel that was close to the airport, cheap and cool for us to, you know, maybe get a couple hours of sleep and a shower. But the name of the hotel we stayed in was called the Royal Grand Suite Hotel. We paid $63. We were only there for a day. We only booked the night, which we wouldn't even have been staying. We didn't stay. But it was called the Royal Grand Suite Hotel in Sharjah. $63 we paid. And the hotel was nice. It was very, very nice, but we didn't really stay there long, so we didn't know, you know, we didn't get to spend that much time there. But the staff was nice from what we got to experience. The room was very, very nice. The bathroom was great. So yeah, we get to our hotel. Our tour guide is there waiting for us, and we're like, can we please just change our clothes? We had on these clothes, you know, from being on a flight for 15 hours. So we wanted to just hurry up and kind of freshen up, put on some clothes so that we could take cute pictures and stuff. Yeah. So we change our clothes and then we get to the lobby where our tour guide is waiting. The name of the tour company was North Tours. We did the morning safari. They have a website and all that good stuff, so that'll be below so you guys can know exactly what tour company we use in case you are going to Dubai or like to check them out. We get into the car, and once again, the sandstorm is crazy. The wind is everywhere. That sand hurts when it hits you. Oh my goodness. And the outfit that I had on, which I was showing you a picture of, it was cut out at the front of the leg, and my arms and my chest were out. So the sand was hitting me and it felt like rocks. It was so crazy. But we go get gas and then we head out into the desert. So our first activity was dune bashing. Now, because the sand was so crazy, they had sent out memos not to go into certain deserts because it was just chaos with the sand. I guess our tour guide didn't get that memo. So we went into a desert that was destitute. It was nobody in that desert but us. And I guess that's cool because when you're dune bashing, you're kind of like mounting, like a roller coaster. You're driving over the mountains of snow and creating this bumpy ride, like it was kind of fun at first. So we're dune bashing, we're having fun, we're recording, you know, this is a new experience for me and my friend, and we're going over one bump and then we just stop. So the car stops. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe he wanted us to get out and take some pictures. This is a nice spot for pictures. So we just sit there for a second, and he gets out the car to go. We don't know what he's doing. He didn't let us know what he was doing. But he says we're stuck. So we're in the Dubai desert and we are stuck. Our truck got stuck and we cannot move. We have been stuck for 2 hours now. Our tour was supposed to be a certain allotted amount of time, but we're stuck. So stuck. Wait, aren't these cars made to kind of like do this every day? And he was like, yeah, but you know, since the sand is so crazy, I've never seen a sandstorm like this in my whole time doing this. I've been doing tours for 8 years, blah blah blah, and we're stuck. We were stuck in the desert for 4 hours. Can you imagine being in a desert, a place that, number one, you don't know where you are, you don't know, you've never been here before. It looks crazy, like it was so surreal. And I started praying. I'm like, Jesus, if you could just please get us out of here, you know. And then by this time it's probably about 1 o'clock. Our tour was supposed to end at 1:30. We were supposed to be back at the hotel. We were going to check out other sites, you know, possibly go into the city of Dubai and actually see some stuff. Maybe go to a mall and buy some cute stuff. We didn't get time to do anything because we were stuck in the desert. Now by this time it's 4 o'clock. The guy's calling his tour company. He's calling friends to try to get someone to come and meet him. No one can find him because we're in the middle of the desert. So lo and behold, he finds a way to get the GPA coordinates to one of his associates. And the guy finds us, pulls us out of the ditch. We get back, we go camel riding. Camel riding was amazing. Camel riding in Dubai. Then, after camel riding, he asked us if we wanted to get some food, but we didn't really have time. By this time, it's probably like 6 o'clock. We had to be back at the airport by at least 8 so that we could take our flight from there to Bangkok. Our flight was not until 10:40, but of course for international flights you have to be there a lot earlier. So we wanted to get there so that we could check in and have all that stuff be good and ready. So we get there to the airport. We get to our hotel. We shower, hurry up, and you know, kind of get ready for the 6-hour flight from Dubai to Bangkok. Then we go ahead. We take our flight. I believe we flew with Emirates again because it was a layover. We didn't have to pay for the flight from Dubai to Bangkok. That was all included. It was just a layover. That was one flight. That flight by itself, the flight from New York to Dubai, from Dubai to Bangkok, that was $626.96 a person. And yeah, that was Emirates still. We get to Bangkok, And once again, our flight was amazing. They feed you really good food. Here's some pictures of the food. I'm a vegetarian, so and that's also this is a very good tip. If you have a specific diet, if you're allergic to something, any little thing that you think might be helpful, because they feed you 2 meals on the plane, you want to reserve or give a note to whomever you decide to book your flight with and let them know, I would like vegetarian meals, I don't eat meat, or I only eat fish, or I'm allergic to peanuts. They need to know these things so that when they're fixing the food, they put a note so that your food is specified to you. So make sure you do that if you're taking long flights. Yeah, so we get to Bangkok, and the Bangkok airport, number one, was amazing. The architecture was crazy. We're looking around. I thought I was in a museum for a second. It was beautiful. So we get we get our luggage. Everything was pretty smooth. We get our luggage. We go and we catch a cab to our hotel. The hotel we stayed in Bangkok is called 3 Hao, Sukhumvit 21. Now this was a hostel. A hostel is a very inexpensive way to travel. It's less expensive than a hotel. It can have the same accommodations. Sometimes it doesn't. Hostels are geared around young travelers. So for those who don't mind staying in dormitories, those who are just backpacking and not staying very long, those who don't need the whole accommodations of having a room, the hostel 3 Hao, they have dormitory rooms and they have private rooms. Me and my friend stayed in a private room. We had a king size bed and we had our own private bathroom. The dormitory, those had like once again, the architecture was sick the way they set it up, but they have like shared bathrooms, so it's just like a dormitory on a college campus. They share bathrooms. They have certain rules that you follow, and that was $42.50 a night. So we stayed 2 nights in Bangkok, so it's $85 for us. And I'm constantly saying us because it's me and my friend split everything in half. So if you can imagine, you think everything is expensive, but when you cut it in 2, it's really not that bad. So 3 Hao was $85 in total for both nights, and we had to give them 100 baht for a deposit in case we broke anything or took anything that we're not supposed to take. The deposit, which was 100 baht in US dollars, that's only about $4 US. So not to say that we didn't care, but we was balling in Thailand because the money is so different. So yeah, in Bangkok, here is my experience in Bangkok. We're riding in a tuk-tuk in Bangkok.
Yeah. So excited. This is a night tour, 4-hour night tour.
We're elephant riding.
Rubbing behind her ear. We got monkeys crying everywhere. Dying.
What? With the lady?
I just recorded that.
No, thank you.
You said thank you?
Because she crazy.
That was so funny.
So after we had all that fun in Bangkok. It was time to go to the nature part of our trip, the very relaxing part.